why circle is a special shape? Because it has a fixed point called the center, and any point on that circle is equidistant from that center to any point on the circle. So the next question will be, what is the standard equation of the circle? So suppose we have this circle at the coordinate plane where P, X, Y, okay, is any point on the circle, and C is the coordinate point of the center, and R obviously is the radius. So we asked earlier, what are the formula that can be used in circle? So one of them is the distance. Okay, so let us recall, what is the distance formula? D is equal to square root of x sub 2 or x sub 1. You just have to be consistent with the position of sub 2 and sub 1. You can interchange it. Plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Okay, so our D here will be R. And the next step, we will assign, which is what? So we will assign x as x sub 2, and we let assign y as y sub 2. Next, we will assign h as x sub 1, and we will assign k as y sub 1. Okay, so use the formula and substitute all the given. We'll be having, so our D here will become R. R is equal to square root of x sub 2 is equal to x, that's why it is x, minus x sub 1, okay, squared, plus our y sub 2 is the y, minus our y sub 1 is the k. Okay, so to have a better look, we can square both sides. Okay, therefore the radical sign will be cancelled and r will be squared. Therefore our final equation will be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to what? Equals r squared. And that will be the standard equation of the circle. Okay, so that's the first way in proving the standard equation of the circle. The next is solving it analytically. Okay, so let's change the color. Suppose the distance of this point from this point is h, and the distance, no, it's k because it's vertical, and the distance from here up to here is y. We will use another color, it's kind of blurry. Okay, so the distance from here up to here is h, and the distance from here up to here is x. Okay, so if we extend this line, we can have a right triangle. So we will let this side as b, and we will let this side as a. Okay, so suppose this is a right triangle. Yes, it is a right triangle. We'll be having our new equation, r squared, okay, which is the hypotenuse, is equal to the sum of its legs. Okay? So, what is A? What is B? So, A is the difference of the highest to the lowest. So, A is equal to x minus h. What is B? B is equal to the difference of y and k. Y minus k. So, substituting this equation to the first equation, we will be having x minus h squared for the A, okay, plus y minus k squared for the B is equal to r squared. So, as you can see, so we can use the distance formula and the Pythagorean theorem for us to prove how the standard equation of the circle is formed. Okay, so let's take the example of the first given. Center at negative 2 comma 4 and r, okay, or radius is equal to 4. So since the given is the center and the radius, they are the step 1 and step 2 respectively. So our center will be negative 2, 4 and radius is equal to 4. Okay, in center radius form, we have this equation x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, so as you can see, so why this become x plus 2? As you can see in the center, we have negative sign. Okay, that is why the sign in x minus h is interchanged. This will become x plus 2 squared plus y minus k or y minus 4 squared equals the square of the radius. 4 times 4 or 4 squared equals 16. So the next step will be the general equation. What we're going to do is we will just expand, okay? Expand the center radius form and rearrange it, okay? So in getting the square of the binomial, we have the formula a plus b squared is equal to a squared, or the sum of the first term of binomial, plus 2 times ab plus b squared, or the square of the second term of binomial. As you can see here from the given, so if we expand x plus 2 squared, we will be having square of the first term, x squared. So 2 times 2, positive 2, positive 2 times x, no, 2 times 2, 4, 4 times x, 4x, okay, and the square of the second term, 2 times 2, 4. Next, okay, so for the second, so square of the first term, y squared, yes. So 2 times negative 4, negative 8. Negative 8 times y, negative 8y. That's why it becomes negative 8y. So for the last term, okay, so negative 4 is the second term. So negative 4 times negative 4, we will be having 16. Okay, so combining similar terms, the similar terms here are the 4, okay, so 4, 16, and negative 16. And rearranging it, so x squared plus y squared plus 4x from here, okay, minus 8y from here, okay. So 4 plus 4, 4 plus 16 rather, 20, 20 minus 16, negative 4, positive 4 rather, okay. So our general equation will be x squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 8y plus 4 equals to 0. Okay, so let's graph the given. So the first, we will be finding the center at negative 2 comma 4, as you can see. And we have the radius 4, so we will be expecting this circle. Okay. So if we count the radius, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's pretty much it. So we can graph and solve the center. Paul? So what if I have this given? Oh, it is in general equation. So the given is x squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 6y minus 12 equals to 0. Obviously, our first step will be the general equation. We will just copy it. Okay? So next step will be the center radius form. Okay? So what you're going to do is rearrange, put all the x here, and put all the y here. As you can see, we have this blank. Okay? Because we are going to complete the squared. Okay? So, in completing the square, x squared plus 4x. So, the technique will be, so for example, I have this x squared plus 4x plus blank. Okay? So, our technique here, okay, the second term, which is 4x, okay, or 4, we will divide it into 2. We will be having a answer of 2. Then, we will get the square. So, 2 squared is equal to 4. That is why, in completing the square, we have 4 here. So, what if I have negative 6? So, negative 6, again, divided by 2, equals to negative 3. Then, negative 3 squared, equal to what? 9. So, that is why we have 9 here. So, what is added here is added on the right-hand side. Okay? So, after completing the square, okay, so we will now factor it. Okay, so in factoring it, the technique will be, okay, so the square root of the first term and the square root of the last term. For example, I have this x squared, okay, sorry, so x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay, so you'll just get the square root of the first term and the last term. So this will become x plus, okay, x plus 2. Okay, so that's the first technique. The other technique, okay, so you is, for example, on the second term, okay, y squared minus 6y plus 9. Okay, so as you can see, we have this negative here. Yes, we will follow that negative. So the other technique will be get the square root of the first term, y, and we will get the sign of the second term, okay, and we will get the square root of the last term. So square root of 9 is 3. That is why we come up with y minus 3. So 12 plus 4 plus 9 equals 25. So that's pretty much it. The center radius form, again, the center radius form or the standard equation. Okay, so the next step or the step 3 will be the center. Okay, so center at negative 2, comma 3. As you can see, we have this positive 2 here. That is why interchange sign. Okay, so negative 3 become positive 3. So the radius will be the square root of, okay, so r is equal to square root of 25. Okay, so r is equal to 5. So what does the graph looks like? So first, we will locate the center, which is at negative 2, comma 3. Okay, so here it is. And we have radius, okay, so we have radius of 5. So we will count 5 from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So that's the endpoints of the circle that is perpendicular or perpendicular to the center. Okay? So we will now connect those points. Okay, so that is the graph of the second given. Instruction, complete the table. Our given is x minus 2 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 9. So obviously it is in center form. You'll just copy it. Okay, so the next step will be the general equation where you expand the center radius form. Okay, so the square of the first term, x squared, 2 times negative 2 times x, negative 4x, and okay, next is the square of the third term. So negative 2 times negative 2, positive 4. Next is the square of the first term, y squared. Okay. So 2 times negative 1, negative 2. So negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Next. So yung 9, okay, the 9 will be transpose from right side to the left side. That's why it will become negative 9. So rearranging, x squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 2y, 4 plus 1, 5, 5 minus 9, negative 4. Okay, so that's the general equation. The third step will be the center. So since we have negative 2 here, our center is positive 2. Since we have negative 1 for the k, we have positive 1 on its coordinate plane. It's just interchange of sign. Okay, so since the radius, okay, you can find it here, but you have to square root it. Okay, so r is equal to square root of 9. R is equal to positive 3. So let's find the graph. Okay, so first find the center, 2, 1. So we will expecting center here. Okay, we have 3 units to the left, right, up, and down. Okay, so 3 units to the left. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So here's the center. Okay, so we got it right. And here's the circle. Okay, so that's the third given. Let's proceed.